welcome back to the Cocked Dice. In this week's video, it's another update from my New Year, New Army project for my Sisters of Battle. And this is it. This is essentially all the painting I've managed to get done in April. Though, to be honest, it was mainly the second half of April. But we did alright. I'm still a little behind where I wanted to be. But we got another unit of Sisters done over here. We got some extra heavy weapons here, a pair of heavy flamers, pair of heavy bolters. I smashed out the cherubs. And I say smashed out, I thought I was going to do them in one night and it took me absolutely ages to do the wings. Imagifier, my converted Imagifier, finished her a few weeks back, and I've just completed this Canoness. Now she's most likely going to be a temporary model until I get around to converting something a bit cooler for the army. She of course is the limited edition one that came in the army box set. This one is a proper spare body squad and it is all bolters. I don't actually need these Sisters for the army. I only needed 15, I need 3 units of 5 for my initial 1,000 point force, but I thought it'd be great to have a bit of flexibility in the stuff I build. I had the models and so I did them. You can see there's a couple of duplicates in here. They are the spare models from the starter box. The only cool one here is really the Sister Superior, who, give you a look here, it's another converted model, just a base body from, I think that's from one of the starter box ones with spare arms I found, bionic eye, and then again I've just grabbed one of these symbols from, I think that's from the Seraphim box, and added it to her back. But yeah, it bolsters the army, it gives me a bit of flexibility, it gives me some spare bolt guns if I want to run a bigger squad, and obviously some Acum, because I've only done one so far and they're now free. And so I really need to get around to painting a couple more of them so I can just bang them in the squads. Because yeah, it's not going to cost me any extra points now, so you may as well have them. So that's that unit. It takes me up to 20 Sisters, 4 units of 5 now, with a bit of flexibility in weaponry. Here we've got a bunch of spare heavy weapons. So a pair of heavy flamers, pair of heavy bolters. These are both models from, those two are both models from the Retributors box. I think these two are from the normal Sisters box. Decided, I know whilst I've only got a unit of Retributors with multi-melters in the army, I decided it'd be worth just getting these done, and I could either slip heavy bolters or heavy flamers into normal Sister squads wherever I like. So it gives me, again, plenty of flexibility in the army. It allows me to shift around for changing meta. Heavy bolters now are really good against Space Marines because they're damage 2, so they're definitely going to get to see some action, I suspect. So I may well be slipping them in kind of objective camping squads for later on. Heavy flamers, who doesn't like a heavy flamer? Also hitting weapons, they're just superb. Don't quite do the damage, but they have plenty of shots. So if we run up against Horde armies, there's a real perk to using them. So here's my converted Imagifier. I didn't really fancy paying out 20 quid or whatever it is for a single model. So this is based on Sister of Battle Sergeant from the starter box. Just chucked on a bolt gun. I think that might even be her bolt gun. And the banner has come from Lord Relictor from Age of Sigmar. I had a bunch of spare ones of those because they're cool models and they've got loads of really good bits on them. Again, just added a little symbol on the back here and found a hooded head. I think that was in the Sisters of Battle main box. So she's come out really nicely. She's nice and obvious. She stands head and shoulders above most of the other Samaculum, so yeah, you'll spot her on the battlefield. And I think she certainly does the job there. And there you go, Canoness and some cherubs. Now, Canoness is one from the box. I've just swapped out her head for a helmeted head because I didn't particularly like the old woman head that was in the box. Nothing special about her. I've done a really quick and dirty paint job on her. Just painted it in line with the rest of the army. Just needed, obviously I need a HQ unit. It allows me to get playing pretty much now, as I've not had my Canoness done so far. 3 cherubs. I only really need 1 for the army, but I had 3, so I built 3. This is a kind of waste not want not army. I wanted to get everything done that I could possibly get done. These came out really well. The wings were an absolute nightmare. I thought these would be a really quick one-night paint job. Slap some contrast on, a couple of highlights, and then I started highlighting the wings and they took forever. And there's essentially an entire night's worth of painting on the wings, just trying to get those feathers painted really smoothly. But they look the business, and I'm pretty happy at how they came out. The bases are slightly different. I'd forgotten to make some smaller bases for them, and then I'd run out of the plastic card, the gridded plastic card at the time. And so they've just got kind of similar style, but they haven't quite got quite the same look. But they'll do. They'll fit in the army. I need one for the Retributor unit, and that's it. I'm not really going to use any others in the rest of the army. And then finally, this is all I've got left to finish now. So we are, the end game is in sight. It's going to be another month, but the aim was originally to have this done by about mid-April. We're going to roll into May, probably mid to end of May. So I've got an emulator tank. Still not decided on best weaponry. I'm hedging towards, in fact, I have no idea. In the army, it's going to have to be heavy bolters or heavy flamers because I haven't got the extra points to stick multi-melters on it. But putting heavy bolters on an emulator just does not feel right. Though 3 heavy bolters, it'll drive around and wreck Marines. Apparently they're push fit, so I might just leave the weapons off, play it a few times and see how it pans out. I'm not really a fan of that. So I'm about half built on that. I did a load the other day. So I'm going to finish building that off this week. Over here, I've got 5 more Seraphim. These are all with bolt pistols. They just flesh out the squad. I actually need 9 for the army, which is again odd numbers. It's what you can fit in 1,000 points. So I've got 10 of them. Again, is waste not, want not. Attitude of the army to make sure I use absolutely everything. And over here, it's a 5 sister unit of Dominions with flamers. That is 5 flamers in a squad. 4 normal, plus a combi flamer on the sergeant with is that a chainsword or a power sword? Chainsword. They are going to ride around in this and jump out and flamey death things because I thought it'd be fun, and no one ever seems to do that sort of stuff. It's probably way better to do like 4 melter guns in there, but I thought I'd do flamers for some giggles. So yeah, that will be it, and that pretty much rounds out my 1,000 points army. Now, anyone who's seen this week's Warhammer community, Warhammer Fest and the Warhammer community articles can see some of the awesome new Sisters models that are coming up. I'm really looking forward to these. The Celestians. I love the maul option rather than the power pike thing. So I think I'm going to go, hopefully the mauls will be as good. There won't be a kind of one of these units where one weapon option is way better than the others, because I think I love the look of these mauls. So I'm definitely going to be adding probably 5 if not 10 of these girls to the army. The Paragon Warsuits, oh, love these. I think I'm one of it's one of those Marmite units. People who love them or hate them. I think they're really cool. My only bugbear with them is around the joint between the shoulder and the shoulder armour and the upper arm, and that sudden change in diameter where it looks really thin. So I'm going to try and do something about that. Probably add some cloth around there because there's not a huge amount of cloth on them, and I need to bring them back into a similar look to the rest of the army. So there'll be probably a little bit of conversion work for these on there. So yeah, they're so good to add to the army. I'm not a massive fan of the Castigator. I think I can probably live without it. So I'm not sure that's going to get added. What else? Oh, there's a load of new characters as well. The Dogmata, I'm probably going to convert my own. I like the overall aesthetic of the model, but I don't like the pose. So I want something a bit more action focused. So the Palatine was only available in the box. I'm sure she'll come out on her own at some point. There's nothing really that special about this model. So I'm probably just going to build my own. I've got a couple of spare Repentia Superiors from the box I've already got, and so I'll probably just use one of those to convert her up. It's just a plasma pistol on a sister and a power sword, nothing particularly exciting. I must have spares of those. We've had a new special character banner. I don't really need to add it, so unless the rules are fantastic, I can leave those off. And finally, a High Lord of Terror. Oh, this model is nice. Oh, I could get so excited about this. I love the really ornate armour on this. I love the massive rocket launchers on the shoulders. They're just cool. Yeah, I think this is a great model. I'm probably going to go with a helmeted head, but she is definitely going to feature in this army. I think that's an awesome addition, and will most likely to obviously take, she's a Supreme Commander, and if she is as hard as the likes of Gulliman with some cool buffs, then she's going in. So yeah, really excited about these new models. New codex out fairly soon. That's fine. A bit annoyed that I managed to get 2 of the this army boxes, and so I've got 2 codexes. I never got around to putting them on eBay, and so now I've wasted the money there, and I'm going to bin 2 codexes shortly, which is a bit annoying. But that is the way, you know, worldwide pandemic, and haven't had a game in well over a year now. So we're coming up to May 17th in the UK. May the 17th is where you can start unlocking, and we're expecting games clubs and stuff to start opening up again. So I've got like 12 days now to try and get these finished. So I've got a 1,000-point force that I can get back to our local gaming group and get them on the table, and that'll be really quite exciting, because that'll be like my 3rd game of 9th edition in a year and a bit since this came out. So yeah, that's brilliant, and there will be one more update. I will come back next month when I've finished this lot off here, and we will do a whole army view. I'll give you some loads and loads of pictures of the whole army, and you can see it all arrayed out. I'll probably try and get a set with a bit of terrain and a table, just so you can get a look at how it's all come together. And thanks for joining us here at the Clock Dice. Why not like this video and add a comment below? It really helps boost the channel. And while you're at it, if you click on the icon below, you can subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates as soon as they're live. Why not check out some of our other videos and playlists? You can click on the ones on screen right now. Take care, and we'll see you next time.